Side story, a gift from the 1,000 tricks. With a grin, the young man said something that caught Yggdra's reigning imperial princess, Selin Yggdrafresel, by surprise. "Chem, you have a gift for me," she said. "Yep. The circumstances don't change the fact that you invited us to Yggdra." Though he seemed like an ordinary human, he clearly was not. Krai Andrey, the 1,000 tricks, level 8 hunter. He had traveled the world, defeated numerous phantoms and monsters through deft maneuverings, and reached the lauded seat of level 8 younger than anyone in the land of Zabrudia. Though Selin knew little about the outside world, she had heard of his accomplishments through Eliza's letter. She had little faith in human accolades and the like, but this man had proven his talents by finding Shero after the noble spirits had tried unsuccessfully for nearly 1,000 years, and by daring to save Selin when she had been trapped by an insane Maless. Said man had, now of all times, brought her, the imperial princess, a gift. "That's hardly necessary," she said. "In fact, we're in your debt for returning Shero Dash." Before she could finish that sentence, she recalled something mentioned in the letter. It had been said that he was known to scheme as if he could see the future. Using knowledge he shouldn't have possessed, he had resolved many major incidents in ways that left everyone baffled. The abnormalities in the world tree were known only to Yggdra. While it was true that this information shouldn't have been able to slip out, a human visiting this land was unprecedented in its own right. On top of that, according to Lapis, the 1,000 tricks hadn't batted an eye when Maless asked him to help with the world tree. Almost as if he had expected the request. Looking back, unlike Lapis and Eliza, this man had been completely unfazed during their earlier conversation. Could he have known all this and come bearing some sort of solution to their struggles? That would certainly explain why he could hear about how terrible their situation was while maintaining his air of complacency. Besides, the human world couldn't possibly have many things that would make a worthy gift for the Yggdran imperial princess, and nobody would be willing to offer up a trinket after such a grave conversation. All that said, Selin still didn't think he could do anything about Yggdra's current situation. The excess accumulation of mana material wasn't some simple issue, it was part of the natural order. Divine manifestation was inevitable. With a lifespan that barely surpassed a century, what could a human possibly do? Nonetheless, Selin was genuinely pleased by his willingness to help. She felt obliged to accept his gift. "Well, since you brought it all this way," she said with a small cough, "I'd be honored to accept your gift, human." Now, what did he bring? An item? Knowledge? Harboring just a shred of hope, Selin watched the human reach into a treasure chest and pull out a gold can. "This is a relic known as Cat Catcher," he said with a hint of pride. "With this, you can attract cats of all sorts. Isn't that amazing? I thought it would be perfect for a forest full of animals." Cat Catcher. A relic that attracts cats. Selin had never heard of such a relic. Hesitantly, she accepted the can and examined it. It was cold to the touch and had an odd texture. It appeared to be made of gold at first, but she could tell it was crafted from something not of this world, a quality peculiar to relics. "It's got a nice look and feel to it, doesn't it? The 1,000 tricks sound immensely proud of it. It cost me a fair bit since there are so many cat lovers out there." "Oh, I see." Holding the can up, Selin blinked a few times, silently studying it. She then came back to reality and returned her gaze to the 1,000 tricks. A relic that attracted cats. How was that supposed to help solve their crisis? Eliza had said the 1,000 tricks specialized in unconventional methods and always caused an uproar by doing the last thing anyone expected. But Selin couldn't fathom what use this cat catcher could be. Perhaps the god would be a feline one? No. Even supposing that he somehow had managed to piece together the abnormalities in the world tree, he couldn't have possibly determined the nature of the god without so much as laying eyes on the vault. Not only that, even if the god was feline in nature, what good would a cat-bringing relic be? What did he mean by calling it perfect for a forest full of animals? Selin's misgivings must have been showing on her face. Letting out a small sigh, the 1,000 tricks reached into the treasure chest. "Looks like you're not a fan," he said, regaining his smile. Well, here, gift number 2. He pulled out a side-blown flute. Like the can, it was gold. It had that beautiful glimmer unique to relics, drawing a sigh of admiration from Seelin, someone who typically had no interest in ornamental items. It was a flute relic. Musical instruments often played a role in sacred rituals, and some rituals were done to mollify divine souls. Seelin stared silently, hope in her eyes. This might be worth something. This is man's best friend, the 1,000 Tricks said with a grin. If you play this flute, it will draw in any and all dogs in hearing range. Except they'll attack you. Chem. I see. I don't understand. What use could this relic possibly serve? And he said the dogs will attack. Could this be the key to our survival? I certainly can't see how. Seelin then recalled Eliza saying the 1,000 Tricks had a penchant for bad jokes. No. Even if he did like his jokes, this was a global catastrophe they were facing. Racked with conflicting thoughts, Seelin shook her head. It's not a gift, but I also brought these, the 1,000 Tricks said, hammering in the final nail in the coffin. See these masks? They float and spin around.